Hey y'all, we're back with another edition of Plantdaddy Cares. So for the month of April, we're working with a senior citizen by the name of John Davis. John Davis is a military veteran. He's from St. Louis, but he lives here in DeSoto, Texas. And he has a beautiful home. He has survived everything from surgeries to war, and he still finds a way to be cheerful and be thankful for the life that he has. So my hope is that through this effort of Plantdaddy Cares, we can help him beautify his home and just bring him a little bit of joy and share some of that joy that he shares with everyone else. So please tell me your name.
My name is John Davis Jr.
And John, where are you from?
I was born in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. I was raised in St. Louis, Missouri. Educated in St. Louis, Missouri. Baptized in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, St. Louis, Missouri. All right. How'd you get to Dallas?
I drove.
Yeah.
I spent several years in the military, and during my military career, I decided that Texas is someplace where I wanted to be. As a matter of fact, I made history here. I was married in the 80s in the Water Gardens in Fort Worth, and we were the first black couple to ever be married in the Water Gardens. I married a model out of Fort Worth, Alice Hemphill, and Jet Magazine, Dallas Morning News, Fort Worth Star-Telegram. They did big page ads on us. Even though she was a model, it made a big difference too. But at that particular time, I decided that Texas is where I wanted to be. So this is where I wanted to go.
Your career, explain or tell us how you got started with the military.
I attended Beaumont High School in St. Louis. I graduated in 1974. As a matter of fact, I graduated May 30th, 1974. May 31st, I was gone. My mother, bless her soul, I don't think she really wanted me going to the military. She really wanted me to go to school. But she didn't want me to leave St. Louis and go to school. I am my mama's baby. I'll tell you, so duro. I was my mama's baby, and quiet as kept. But she had plans, I had plans, and our plans didn't coincide with each other. Senior skip day in May, me and a bunch of guys was out having fun, so we were downtown St. Louis. I've always been excited with the military. My dad's ex-military, my brother's ex-military. I've always been excited. The uniform is it's like an adrenaline rush just to see it, but to wear it, it's even more. I was downtown and I went past a naval recruiting station, and a guy stepped out in his dress whites, and the flash of the whites, the euphoria that came over me was awesome. And at that particular time, I said, that's what I want to do. That same day, I joined the U.S. Navy. Behind my mother's back, behind everything she wanted. I never told her. So, graduation is May 30th. We graduated high school. Everybody's out partying. I'm out having a good time. I packed the bag, put it on the side of my bed. When I came home, I was up at 5 o'clock, so there were pigs at the door to pick me up. My mom woke up and said, well, who's at the door? I said, I gotta tell you something. I joined the Navy. It didn't turn out really well for me that day.
Right.
You know, she called me everything but a child of God. I left May 31st, and I never looked back. My intentions were to go in for 2 years, get what they was gonna give me and scat. I got in and went through boot camp. My first duty station was aboard an LSC, which is an Atlantic assault ship. And 3 months later, I was headed overseas. I never intended on seeing Vietnam. I saw the coast of Vietnam. I saw what it's like to be in the military. And it's a adrenaline rush that you can't get over. It's a drug, and it's very addictive, especially if you like it. It's only two things with the military. You can accept it, or you can leave. You know, there's no gray area there.
Right.
You know, it's in and out. I enjoyed everything about it. Didn't have a bad day. I've done several things for the military. We won't get into all that discussion. I am a true patriot. I have bled to make sure those stripes stay red on that flag. I believe in it. I moved to Texas December 22nd, 2022. December 21st, going into the 22nd. I needed some surgery done, and I kept procrastinating, putting it off because I didn't want to go stuck in a hospital. I had April 1st of last year. I had knee surgery done, and it didn't turn out well. I got infected someplace along the line. I spent 4.5 months in the hospital, which was only supposed to have been 30 days. It really was supposed to be 30 days, but 30 days would have been rehab for me. But I spent 4.5 months there, 6 surgeries, and I came out with an amputation, with a left leg amputation. Dallas has been good to me. Texas has been good to me. I've seen nothing but, I can't say anything bad because I've had nothing but good things happen to me. I stay prayed up. I'm a very prayerful person. God has placed angels around me. Yeah. Everybody who I've come in contact with, everybody who I've associated with, has had something to do with keeping me alive, keeping me motivated, keeping me moving forward. There's nothing bad that's happened. You know, I haven't had a bad day, so that's it.
Yeah.
You know.
Describe your proudest moment.
One of my proudest moments is watching my mother at my graduation, military graduation. I could see it on her face. You know, she may have been disappointed with the start, but she was proud in the end. That was one. And not going into some of the other things, but I've had a couple of moments during my military career that, you know, I made her smile. I went on a cruise last week. 7-day cruise with the 4,000, 5,000 people that were aboard the ship. I was truly amazed. I was elated of everything that was going on. How they had a military day. It'd be about 60 military personnel, in which I got a chance to speak. But throughout the 7 days, all the people who had came up and just said thank you for your service, or embraced me, or had something kind to say about the military, I was just outdone. I was just totally outdone. That was a proud day. It wasn't the places that we went. It wasn't the islands that we went to. It was just the things that had happened aboard the ship, and the way they were brought to me. The things that happened around me, man, it was, I don't even have a word to say for it, but it kept me high the whole duration, and I felt good about being a part of the military.
Yeah.
You know, we don't always get that recognition that is actually due from my brothers and sisters who are in the military. But they recognized us aboard the ship, every one of us, and it just felt good.
What is the best advice anyone ever gave you?
Have a plan. Because if you don't have a plan, you plan to fail.
What's the best advice you would give someone else?
Make a plan. Because if you don't have a plan, you plan to fail. You know, I take the time out to deal with our juvenile youth, and that is dear to my heart, because be they black, white, I don't care what color you are. That's our next generation. That's our next doctors, our next lawyers, our next Indian chiefs. Okay. It don't matter what you do, but have a plan. You know, the streets are full of people who didn't have a plan. The cemeteries are definitely full of them. The penitentiaries are full of them. So with my brothers and sisters, my youth, that's one of the first things I always say: have a plan, make a plan, and whatever you decide to do, follow the plan. You know, if you make a plan, if you got a good plan, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong. I hear somebody, just like I'm sitting here talking now, I hear somebody speak to me. They say basically the same thing. Make something out of yourself before it's made out of you. And the streets is full of those. So.
What do you enjoy the most? Like activity-wise?
Activities.
Anything?
I am a sports fanatic. I can watch, I can go. And for those who are listening to this, I am a Kansas City Chiefs diehard.
Living in Dallas.
I live in Dallas. I catch it and I give it.
Yeah.
Okay? I give it because I know that's the best team out there. I catch it because they're still trying to catch up. There you have it. But whether I'm there or whether I'm watching on TV, I love to entertain. I've got a home and I love my home. I love people to come and visit it that I can entertain. Sports events, I'm always have if it's a big sports event, I might always have a group of people around. We'll cook and we'll eat and we'll talk a bunch of noise. But you know, especially with the brothers, just making noise.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing, because they ain't out in the streets. They're right here. You know, they ain't drugged up. They're right here. Yeah. And I don't allow drugs in my house.
What's your earliest memory?
Church.
Church, okay.
Church. There were 6 of us in church, 6 mothers. I guess the babies came one after the other. But our mothers kept us in church. The brothers grew up together. We did everything together. We was in church 5 days a week.
Yeah.
You know, we was with our mothers. So whatever happened in church, we was there doing it in church. Okay. From singing in the choir to the usher board to praying in the pulpit, man, we did it all. You know, we didn't have time to do it. Whatever it was they were doing outside the church.
Y'all was in church there.
We was in church. We didn't have time to do it. I think the mothers made sure of that.
Yeah.
But you know, the final product, I can look back and I understand. I didn't like it, you know, because I saw some of the stuff that was going on. I wanted to be a part of that too. It wasn't happening.
Yeah.
It wasn't happening. You know what I'm saying? My mother's name was Lillian Dave, and I always say, Lillian wasn't going for
that. And you knew that.
I knew that, and everybody else knew it too. She wasn't going for that. You know, I could see days I could be sitting in the church, in the back of the church, just playing and having a good time. You know, and she'd be in a choir stand. And I'd do around, and she'd do this, and the piercing eyes stop everything. It's like a belt from up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know?
Just to look alone.
And look, man, you know, the only person that I know that I've ever known, that can make me bow down just by looking at me. You know, nobody else would do that. But that's my mother.
Yeah.
I'm proud of her. Always has been, always will be. That's my best friend. She got her wings 3 years ago. That's where I came from.
Yeah. A part of Plantdaddy Cares is that we will be helping with some of your landscaping needs around the house, around the front, the side, and the backyard. So how would that benefit you?
Well, first of all, I got one leg, so it's gonna benefit me a whole lot. I can't walk. You know, me a rake and a wheelchair just don't work. You know, I am so appreciative to what's going on. Once again, I'll say it again, God's placed people around in my life. He's placed angels all around me. And it just does not amaze me. It seems to amaze me just everything that just happens. You know, where last year I fell into a short depression. I've never said I give up. I've never said in my life I give. Over the last 5 years, I have been through so much pain, hospitalization, hurting here, hurting there. This is going on with my body. That I had got to the point that I said, I don't want to be here no more. Well, like I said, he placed angels around me and they wasn't having that. They wasn't having that. One person heard me say that. She should have never heard me say that. She threw a fit. And the house turned into a prayer house. If the devil was in here, he had to run out of here quick. So it was wild, man. I've never said I give. As a matter of fact, I had heart surgery 4 years ago, and I flatlined. You know, went to surgery Tuesday, I think about 11 in the morning. When I woke up, it was Wednesday evening. The people in the room, when they were rocking and shaking and looking. I woke up, I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? You know? My girlfriend said, man, do you remember anything that happened to you? I said, what are you talking about? You know, she said, you died. I mean, if I died, I wouldn't be here talking to you now.
Right.
You know? And I went and talked to the doctor, he told me what happened. But at that point, I promised God that every time I got in front of somebody, as I'm talking to you, as I'm talking to that camera, that I would talk about God's grace. You hear me now? I flatlined. A year and a half later, I got COVID. COVID attacks your respiratory system. I have COPD, I have asthma, I have one lung. I'm still here. I did not go into get a respirator. A year and a half later, I lose a limb. You know, depression could have took me out of here.
Yeah.
God had another plan. So to say he ain't through with you yet. I'm still here.
That's it.
So with that being said, like I said, every time I got a chance to talk about God's grace, he's always there.
Last question. What is something you look forward to?
Tomorrow. Next day. I get up every morning. And I always get a chance to tell somebody. It don't matter where it is. When I walk out the door, I'm gonna tell somebody, you just got the first blessing. That's the breath of life. You got that one, you're gonna get the second one. Because without this first one, you can't get the second one.
Right.
Boom. But I tell it to somebody every day. Every day I tell it to somebody. I've got to talk about it because it's something that just it covers my body every day. You know, I look at some of the things that's going on around me and I just smile. I said, you know what? Ain't he good? Ain't he good? You know, the things that have happened for me since I've been here. I moved here with a TV and a bed. That's a year ago. Look at me now.
Man.
Look at me now.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Just look at me now. You know, and that's God's grace. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. Every time I turn around, somebody was saying, I got something you should see. I got something for you.
Yeah.
It's been ongoing. I have a caregiver who is my heart and soul. If I tell you she keeps me alive, I would tell you nothing but the truth. You know, that's my best friend. I have 2 nurses. And all these women are just like sisters to me. They will not let nothing happen. They will not let me fall. And I love them just like they're my blood.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your honesty. And, you know, it gives hope to, you don't know how many people, you know, that they see what you have overcome, where you've been, and you're still hopeful and joyful.
Every day.
And that is inspiring.
I get a chance to speak every now and then at a church or facility somewhere. My enjoyment is talking to the youth. I get a charge because I like to see their faces when I tell them from where I came to where I am now. You know, I'm not a saint. You know, I've been in the gutter too. But anywhere you go, it's where you've been and how you get yourself out of it. If you don't get up, that's where you stay. You know.
All right, any last words?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.